Hi everyone, I'm Andy from Jamf. Welcome to the third in a series of command line lessons. In this lesson, we're going to look at some additional commands and tips to make things easier and how we can promote our privileges to root. So I wanted to start with the open command. Open is similar to double-clicking something in the Finder. If I start by changing directory to the desktop, so cd space / desktop. On the desktop, I have a folder called Jamf. So by typing open space Jamf, the folder is opened. I can use open to launch an application. Type open space / applications / text edit .app because we need the full name of the file. Press return and we launch TextEdit. We can take this a bit further by repeating the last command and adding to it. The commands we type are remembered, so I can use the up arrow key to repeat the last command. This works for up to 500 commands. We type the up arrow and we get our last command. I now add a space at the end, followed by the path to my text document on the desktop. / desktop / test.txt. When I press return, the document is now opened in TextEdit. When typing commands, I often make mistakes. So let's look at ways to correct these and make things easier. If I type open space / applications / safari.app, I'm told this does not exist as I forgot the extra P in applications. I repeat the command using the up arrow. I can now use the left and right arrow keys to move the cursor. To speed this up, I could use Ctrl and A to move to the beginning of the command. Or I could use Ctrl and E to jump to the end of the line. If my mistake is somewhere in the middle, I can hold down the Option key and click on the character I want to jump to and then correct my mistake. If you can access a file or folder in Finder, then you can drag and drop the item into the terminal window. If I type open and a space, I can then take the test file from my desktop and drag it into terminal. We see it adds the absolute path to the file. When I press return, the file is opened. Another way to help you correctly type paths and folder names is to use the tab to autocomplete. If I cd to my home directory, cd space, and list the contents with the ls command. Now let's cd to my music folder. Type cd space mu and then press the tab key and it will autocomplete the folder name for me. Let's go back and try another. cd space period to go back up one level. Now type cd space do and press the tab key. The Mac now beeps because there are two folders that start with the letters do. Press the tab key a second time and we see the two options available. If I now add the letter C and press the tab key, it knows which folder I want. Now let's look at dealing with files and folders that have long names or spaces. In my Documents folder, I have such a file. And list with the ls command, we can see a folder exists. Rather than typing the name, I can copy the name and paste it into the command line. type open space and paste the name in. When I press return, I get an error message telling me these files do not exist, because it assumes that each part of the name that is separated by a space is a separate file. Now I will repeat this and instead use the tab key to autocomplete the typing. So by typing open space pro and then use the autocomplete with tab, you can see a backslash precedes the space. This backslash tells the command line that the space is a continuation of the name. If I press return now, the file is open. If I ever type a command and don't want to execute it by pressing return, I can press Ctrl plus the letter C to abort the command. Another good example of this is when we want to test connectivity to another computer. Let's ping the public Google DNS by typing ping space 8.8.8.8. Ping will now just continue until we stop it by using Ctrl plus C. Lastly in this lesson, I want to look at promoting our privileges. This happens in the graphical user interface when I need to make various changes. If I open up the Macintosh HD and try to create a folder, I'm asked to authenticate. Because even though I am local admin, I don't have the privileges to make this change. The same thing happens in the command line. If I change directory to the root, cd space / and enter, and now use the mkdir command to create a folder called Jamf, I get permission denied. I can temporarily promote my user to root using the sudo command. If I type sudo space mkdir space Jamf, I now have to enter my admin password just as I would in the GUI. And the command now completes. Now I've typed sudo with the password. It allows me 5 minutes use of sudo without having to enter a password again. Thanks for watching.